What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Gerard with DBK Mobile, back with another video. And this morning, it's about 7:40. Pretty day in the Carolinas, as you can see. Sun shining. Matter of fact, let me put these on real quick. Sun in my eyes too early. I want to talk to y'all about pricing, negotiating, and cutting deals for customers, mostly new customers, or potential customers, I'd say. I had a little situation yesterday. Well, I'm used to it, but I just figured I'd share this, especially with the new detailers that's new to the business. Ones that's been in it for a while, y'all pretty much know where I'm coming from and done dealt with these situations and don't really bother you anymore. But I figured I'd share this for the ones that's still unsure and don't have that confidence when it comes to pricing and standing on your prices. I had a customer yesterday. Well, I was doing one of my maintenance customers yesterday, and she was at work. So I had pulled up to her job or whatnot, and her job got a little cul-de-sac with some other little businesses around. And while I was out there doing the vehicle, my son was with me. A guy walks up. He stays. He said he works at one of the other buildings, and he seen me out there. I'm pretty sure he's probably seen me out there quite a few times because usually that's where I do the car at, the vehicle at. And he walks up, asks my son, was like, hey, how much y'all charge to do, detailing or whatnot. And as always, my son, he always come over to me and be like, hey, somebody want to know the price or whatnot. So the guy followed him over to where I was at, where I was working at. And he was like, hey, how much do y'all charge to do detailing? And I'm like, well, it depends on what you're looking for, what you're looking to get. I was like, my standard full detail, starts at $150. And at that moment, I've learned this. And when somebody asks me, what do I charge or how much my prices are, I tell them and I get quiet. I don't explain myself. I don't go through all the details of, what the job consists of or what all I'm going to be doing to the vehicle. I used to do that when I first started, but I stopped because now it's like you're trying to sell yourself or, you put yourself in, to me, you put yourself in a position where you're starting to bargain with or negotiate or waiting on them to say something to, kind of try to reel them in. And oh, excuse me. As you can see, I already got my morning started. And yes, American does run on Dunkin'. But anyway, he kind of looked, and I read his body language, and I already knew, he wasn't trying to get that. He wasn't trying to spend that price, I say. So I was like, he was like, well, yeah, I just, they always say, I just want a little basic wash, just a little clean up on the outside, like it ain't gonna be that bad, something you can do in 15, 20 minutes. And I'm like, okay. I said, well, if you just want it washed, I say, I'll wash it for half that price. And he was like, well, it's a guy that comes over here and, he usually details for like $50. And I was like, oh. And I say, well, where he at today? He was like, oh, he didn't come today. And wait a minute, hold up.
Good morning, may I help you?
Yeah, let me get a bag of ice.
And what else?
That's it.
$189.
All right. Oh, and for you detailers, anybody that work outside in this heat, don't be no hero. Go to Walmart, get you a cheap cooler, get you some water, some Gatorade, some Powerade, Body Armor, whatever you want to drink. I wouldn't recommend soda or, a lot of juices. Get you something that's going to replenish those electrolytes and keep you hydrated because it's too hot out here to be trying to be a hero. Stay hydrated out here. It's hot. It's summertime. I don't know what the weather like where y'all at, but here in the Carolinas, it get to be 90 degrees sometimes. Sometimes 91, 92. It's hot out here. But anyway, he was like, the guy wasn't there today. So I'm like, well, I don't really do, $50 details. That's not what I do. Wait a minute, give me a second, y'all. I do apologize.
489.
You doing all right this morning?
I'm all right. How you? Is this hot?
Man, I know I
It
can't
feel good
complain.
Right, that's right here on my arm. Right
hey,
now.
that's why I had to come. That's why I had to come get it. It's too hot out here. That's what I was just saying. Don't be no hero.
You need your receipt?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Got it?
Uh-huh.
Have a great one.
You too. And he was like, well, he just, washes or whatnot. And then in the same breath, he told me about another guy that was over there that had some kind of, I think he said an Audi or something. And he was like, yeah, man, that guy pays $300 to get his car detailed. And I'm like, oh, I said, well, apparently whoever doing it must do a good job, if the guy willing to pay that much to get it done. And there's nothing wrong with that. My thing is I don't have on a blue and yellow shirt. I don't work at Best Buy. I do have on a red shirt today, but it don't say Target on there. So I don't price match. I don't negotiate. I don't cut deals, which I'm not gonna say I don't cut deals and give discounts, but my thing is first let's build a relationship. Let's get to know each other, because what I learned early in this business is when you come in and you start cutting deals and trying to, appease everybody, the only person that's really getting the short end of the stick is you. And if y'all give me a second, let me put this ice in this cooler before it starts melting. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. And basically what I'm saying is put my seatbelt on. Be consistent with your prices. I mean, don't let nobody talk you down out of your prices, because your prices are what they are for a reason. And I was explaining that to my son, and he was like, man, that dude only wanted to pay $50. And I'm like, yeah, I say, to me, just dealing with people like that and coming across people like that, I say 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't even say that, somebody actually come over there and do it for $50, because that's what he want to pay. And if somebody did come over there and was over there doing, detailing vehicles, cars over there, I say I'm pretty sure he charging more than $50. And then he went to explaining, talking about how to use the water at the building, and nobody really cares. See, now he trying to sell you his discount. And I'm like, okay, I'm a mobile detailer. I got everything, I pretty much bring the shop to you. I got my own water, I got my own electricity, I got my own tools, towels, rags, whatever I need, I got with me. So that's no need for me to, cut no discounts or whatnot, because I'm using your supplies when I got my own. So therefore you can pay the full price. And for those of you that's, been in it or just getting started, it's some chemicals that you get that cost $50. So why would you do a detail for $50 when you got, brake, wheel and tire cleaner that costs $30, $40, or, you buying, foam shampoo for the car that costs, $40, $50. Brushes cost, $10, $12. Towels, this red towel I got back here was like $30, $40. I mean, come on, like, you can't sell yourself short. Like, now, at the same time, I'm not talking down on nobody who do charge those prices, because I'm pretty sure some people out here. And I told my son, I'm pretty sure if somebody do at that price, this couldn't be their full-time job. Like, I do this full-time, day in, day out, sometimes 7 days a week. Like, this is what I do. This is how I pay bills. This is how I put food on the table. This is how I provide for my family. $50 for an hour and a half to 2 hours, that's not gonna cut it, because that means that I'm gonna have to do multiple cars in a day to meet my daily quota. Like, I have a price point to where I'm comfortable at. If I do 2 cars, a day, then I'm comfortable, because where my price point is at, I'm good with that. And if I do more, then, you know, it's always a blessing to get more business. But I'm also content with, you know, maybe it's a slow day. Maybe I only do one vehicle, just being honest. I'm good because when my price point is at for what I do, it works for me. You have to do what works for you. And, you know, in different areas and in different markets, you know, the prices vary. Like, what I could charge for a vehicle might not be the same as what you could charge. Or somebody else, you know, they may charge more than what I charge, but where I'm at, I pretty much know the rates and the going rate for, you know, certain services that's provided that come along with mobile detailing. And I've said before, I'm not the highest, but I'm not the cheapest either. And especially dealing with like Google, you know, I run Google ads, you know, I got a Google listing, and I get phone calls all day. And people call and they'll be like, hey, how much do you charge for a detail? And I always ask them, you know, when you say detail, what all are you trying to get done? Because I want to be transparent. I want to be specific. I don't want to say, oh, I charge, you know, $150 for a standard detail, and I get out there and you need shampooing and, you know, everything else that's going to run you about anywhere from $300 to $400. And, you know, by then the customer's looking like, well, hey, you only told me this. And I'm like, well, you only told me you needed this. So, you know, I try to be transparent so that the customers can understand and know, you know, okay, I'm not paying for, you know, I'm not just paying anybody to come out here and just do whatever. Like, I know what I'm paying for. I want people to know, just like you want to know when somebody charging you something, you want to know exactly what you're paying for. And I'm selling value. I'm selling quality, I'm selling quality, not value. Some customers shopping for value, I'm offering quality. So if you're shopping for value, then you may have came to the wrong place, because that means you calling, you comparing prices, you trying to find the cheapest or what you willing to pay. And that's cool, and I understand that, I get it. But I'm not the one that you're gonna lowball, and you shouldn't be either. You should stand firm on your prices and what they are. Because like I said, your prices are what they are for a reason. Which brings me to the second thing that I wanted to talk about, was negotiating and deals. When I first meet a customer, no, I don't cut deals. Because for one, like I've said this before to somebody that called me, when you go to McDonald's and you go, just like I went and got that bag of ice from Burger King, and they said that it was $1.89. Granted, on the other side of town, it's actually $1.08. But I didn't say, hey, look, the Burger King over here on the other side of town charged me $1.08. No, I went to this Burger King. This is what they charge, so I pay that price. So when you call me, don't expect me to be like, oh, because, you know, you was like, hey, you know, another guy or the other detailer I used, he only charged me X amount of dollars. Well, if that was a fair price to you and that was comfortable for your price range, which you was willing to spend, then why didn't you call him or her or whoever it may be? Why didn't you call them? Like, don't call trying to negotiate, and don't let people negotiate your prices. Stand firm on it. That's your price. That's your business. You know what it takes for your business to function. You know what it takes for you to, you know, overhead and still see a profit out of it. Because at the end of the day, yeah, we all want to work and we all want to, know what I'm saying, be entrepreneurs, and we want to make money, but we don't want to just make money just to fuel the business. Like, some people like to travel. Some people, know what I'm saying, they got extracurricular activities that they like to do. Like, we want to live. We got bills we got to pay. Like, we can't just have a business and every dollar that we get just goes back into the business and there's nothing left over to sustain a lifestyle. And when I say lifestyle, that's bills included, not just leisure time and having fun. Like, you out here to make it. You're not out here to just, you know, play around or showboat and say, hey, you know, I got a mobile detailing business and the only money that you're making is to buy supplies and you know, God forbid some equipment go down and now you can't even really afford to go buy, you you know, a new pressure washer or a new generator, like you out the game quick. So be firm on your prices. Don't let nobody talk you down out your prices. Be confident when you tell people what your prices are, because at the end of the day, I believe customers and potential customers respect you more when they see that, you know, okay, hey, this is a business. This is what I charge. I don't have no clearance sale or no, you know, sometimes we do run discounts, you know, 15, 20% off depending on, you know, the package or whatnot. And that's understandable, but to just call out the blue and somebody expect you to, you know, negotiate your prices because of, you know, what they willing to pay, no, don't do that, because it stands out and it makes you look more professional when you tell people, hey, this is what I do, this is what I charge, and this is what I expect to get paid. And that's fair, because like I said, when you go to, you know, the mall, or, you know, you go to other places and you go to a tire shop to get a tire and they tell you this is the price, you don't question that. You just go ahead and pay it. And that's the type of respect that we want in return as mobile detailers. Look, I'm bringing the shop to you. I'm bringing water. I don't know where you get your water from, the city or from your house. You're bringing your own electricity, your generator. You're bringing your own tools and your own chemicals. This is money that you spent, that you've invested into yourself. So don't let nobody, you know, deter you away from that. And while I'm at it, if you're getting anything from this, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share it. You never know who might need to hear this. And follow me on Instagram at _DBK Mobile Detailing. But yeah, that's about it, man. I just want, you know, for the new ones that's out here, you know, I want y'all to feel confident. And I get it. I started out, you know, charging, you know, low prices. Like, I'm out here doing details for $40. Like, I remember those days. And if I had to say, we all came from humble beginnings. But once you get to that point to where you understand and you've learned enough and you feel confident in what you do, I think your prices should match that. And trust and believe, if you was doing $40, $30 details inside and out, man, you probably would have a line wrapped around the corner, but then you're wearing yourself out. You got to do 10, 15 cars a day just to, you know, meet a comfortable price point. You know, at the end of the day, it's not worth it. Like, sometimes these details can be anywhere from an hour to upwards of 4, 5, 6 hours, depending on what you're doing. And if you charging somebody $30, $40 an hour and it take you 3 hours to do the car, I mean, honestly, you might as well go get a job at McDonald's or Wendy's somewhere. And at least they paying $13, $14, $15 an hour. I mean, it's not worth it. So at the end of the day, just, you know, charge accordingly and be confident, because yeah, you're gonna get a lot of people that's gonna say, oh no, you know, that's a bit steep for me, or, you know, that's too much. And that's understandable, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the honesty. I appreciate you not wasting my time and me not wasting yours. But trust and believe, all you need is one person to say yeah. And without question, without hesitation, they're going to say, hey, look, okay, yeah, when can you come? Or when can I book an appointment? Or when is your next availability? Trust me, those people are out there. You know, when I first went up on my prices, and, you know, I lost some customers, and at the end of the day, I'm kind of glad I lost the ones that I did, because they was only searching for value. They was only searching for the cheapest that they could find. They wasn't looking for, you know, quality. They just wanted somebody that was going to do it for a cheap price. And what's going to happen is they're not going to tell they family and friends, hey, you know, I got a good detailer that charge, you know, whatever your price is. They're going to say, hey, I got a guy that does my car, and he only charges me 30, 40 bucks. And they're going to be calling, and you're going to be spending time and wasting time. And from what I've learned, those type of customers, they have the worst vehicles. I mean, the worst. You can tell it probably ain't even never had the car detailed. And you're going to spend time out there on that car, and you're going to be like, man, you know, you already done started, you committed to the job, and before you get halfway through, you're going to be like, man, I should have charged them $200-300 for this. But it's too late because you already agreed on that price. And a lot of times, too, the people that are willing to pay those prices, one or two things. Either, you know, they might have had an accident in the car, you know, somebody might have spilled something, they want to get it shampooed, cleaned up, or, you know, maybe they selling the car, maybe they just bought a car and they, you know, want it pristine. Or they used to paying those prices. They used to that, and they understand, okay, look, I'm not just paying for, you know, a guy to come out here and do it. They paying for the convenience, they paying for your expertise, and they paying for your professionalism. That's what they paying for. They're not looking for, you know, to get the cheapest bargain that they can get, because I'm a firm believer in you get what you pay for. If you pay somebody, you know, $50-60 for a detail, then you're going to get a $50-60 detail. Somebody come out there that's charging you $200-300 for a detail, you're going to get a $200-300 detail, and it's going to look like it, and you're going to be able to tell the difference. You're going to get in that car, and for the most part, 95 to 99% of my customers, new and existing, once I'm done, they get in there and they say, wow, man, this car looks, you know, like it did when I first bought it, or this car looks better than it did when I first got it, because that's what you're paying for. You paying to get that look, that satisfaction. You know, you get in a new car, your car feel good, you feel good, you riding clean, it's pretty outside, your rims, tires shining, the inside smelling good, looking like it just pulled off a showroom floor. And I don't care what nobody say, car drive better when it's clean. You can have the raggediest car in the world, man, and no disrespect to anybody that do, but clean it up, and I promise you, you ride different. Your car ride different. That's just like you, when you come home from work or whatever, and you go get in the shower, and you clean, you throw on some new clothes or some clean clothes, you fresh, you feel good. Your car feel good when it's clean like that. But I ain't gonna hold y'all up, man. I'm almost at my appointment where I got to be at. I just wanted to chop it up with y'all a little bit. And like I said, don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel, because I'm gonna be dropping new content. I know I ain't been on here in a while, but I'm finna get back on it. And with that being said, everybody have a blessed and wonderful and prosperous day. I holla.